Hey, Nick Martinez here, and welcome to part 2 of our Let's Go Live social media training. Hopefully you had a chance to watch part 1 already and learn a little bit about just how to maximize your Facebook Lives. Today, I want to dive in a little bit deeper to some things that really is more about you, how you can control your personal environment and how you project when speaking live. For those of you that don't know my background, I started a Facebook page a couple of years ago, and I remember our first Facebook Live. We just had 1 or 2 people on it. It was scary. There wasn't a lot of engagement. It was probably, looking back on it, was probably awful, but here's what I did. I did it. You're gonna find that even with all of this training, the biggest thing that you can do is just do it. However, if you implement a few of these little strategies, you're gonna see your lives go from being scary and not very effective to all of a sudden, like you love doing it, you've grown this great community, and every time you go live, people are like, what do they have to say? I wanna hear what they have to say. So let's dive right in. We've got a couple things that we're gonna chat about today. We're going live, we're gonna talk about being real, we're gonna talk about energy, and we're gonna talk about your topic. So being real, like, this one's simple. If somebody's watching you, like, they just want to know who you are. They want to know the true Nick Martinez. Who is Nick Martinez really? I don't go live and pretend to be somebody I'm not. I show up and I'm authentic. So, like, this is my attire, right? I like wearing t-shirts. I wear t-shirts all the time. You won't see me getting dressed up for a Facebook Live. That being said, if I'm lounging around in like sweatpants and a ripped up t-shirt, I'm probably changing that and I'm putting something different on. Like I am trying to look presentable, but I'm still myself. There's a fine line, right? You just have to figure out where that is. If you look grungy and gross, people don't like to see grungy and gross. But if you look like put together and taken care of, people like to see that. So it doesn't mean you have to go and like throw a ton of makeup on, but if you normally wear makeup, have your makeup on. If you normally don't wear makeup, don't worry about it. But like comb your hair, like, you know, just look presentable. I'm not gonna go into like all of that stuff, but I do know that if you feel more comfortable, if you feel more confident with how you're put together, more people are gonna wanna follow you. So being real is really just like, it's how people see you, it's the environment that you're in, and then it's the vulnerability of your story as you start to share it. The next piece that you're gonna wanna focus on is your energy, right? If you have great energy, people are drawn to it. They wanna hear what you have to say. If you have bad energy, where you're just kind of slouched and you're talking slow and just like you have very quiet voice, people, they're not really drawn to that. They're thinking, okay, you're not really confident in what you're saying, so why should I listen? Or you're not very entertaining, so why am I gonna stop here and watch? But if you smile, this is a huge one. I see a lot of Facebook Lives, especially first timers, and we're scared, I get it, but you know the easiest way to break your fear? Just put a massive smile on your face, right? I probably have food in my teeth I just ate, but it doesn't matter, right? So smile and have energy. That smile is gonna put energy into your body. They're gonna feel it. Oh, another way to show energy is by leaning forward like this. If I'm here talking to you, my eyes are real big, I got a smile on my face. If I'm back here like this, I'm falling asleep. And your viewers are probably falling asleep too. And what that means when falling asleep is they just keep going like this and they stop watching you, right? The next thing is the inflection of your voice, the energy in your voice, the tone, the volume. You can control a lot by how you speak and the excitement behind your voice. Or you could be really quiet and draw people in with this and people aren't gonna wanna listen. But if you do either, right? Like if you go back and forth, that gives it some energy. If you're just monotone, if you're just one size fits all the entire time and you're just talking like this and no one knows what you're saying and they're just a little bit confused as to why they should keep watching you, then they're probably not going to. So think about that as you're going. Basically, if you have children, think about how animated your kids get. Get animated, right? You know, the old adage of when somebody's on TV or they're on the camera, it adds 10 pounds. Well, Facebook Lives don't necessarily add 10 pounds, especially if you watched part 1 of this series. But what they do is they take away your energy. So you may be feeling like, oh, I have great energy, everybody wants to hear this, but they're not feeling it through the camera. You gotta amp it up, you gotta get animated, you gotta have some fun. Maybe use your arms if you're not holding the camera, move your shoulders, move your body, wiggle, just a little bit, not uncontrollably, but just have some fun in the process, right? If you're being energized, you're fun, right? If you're having a little fun, if you're real, if you're entertaining, people will want to see that. Another piece is just speak clearly and sometimes slowly and sometimes fast, right? You're probably like, wait, what is he talking about? I don't understand now, I'm so confused. So here's what I want you to get from this. The way that you're perceived is the energy that you bring to the Facebook Live. If you're smiling, if you're vibrant, if you're bringing that to the people that you're talking to, they're gonna be engaged and dialed in. If you're back here, if you're unsure, if you're just not maybe confident in your topic, you're gonna be here. But remember, don't mess up good for perfect. Just go and just have a few of these in your mind. And if you start thinking, remember, put a big smile on your face. In fact, you could just pause and put a goofy grin, and people will probably start watching you like, why the heck is that person smiling? What's wrong with them? They'd want to know. And you could tell them, right? That brings us to our next topic. And ironically, our next topic is actually topic. Go figure, right? So topic. This part is crucial to ensuring that your lives are well followed, that they're engaging, and that people want to hear about them. So what is topic all about? It's just, what are you going to speak about? Like, why are you going live? Sometimes it might just be to show people where you're at, what you're doing. Yesterday I was live on a sailboat. And the live had none other to do than with, hey, this is what's happening right now. Except I'm like, you know what am I doing really right now? I thought, I'm relaxing, I'm de-stressing. So I created a topic of, how are you de-stressing today? And I got to use the fact that we were out on a sailboat, enjoying life, enjoying the summer, de-stressing, and I got to engage people with, how are you de-stressing? So the topic is key. Now, the topic can be anything. I don't know what your business is. I don't know what your personal life is. I don't know what your reason for being on Facebook is. But if it's your family, if you're just showing friends and family what's going on, before you go live, like if you got kids around, say, you know what are your kids up to today? Maybe that's your title. And then what you're doing is talking to your kids, having fun with them, right? And that's gonna be real, it's gonna be authentic. You never know what the kids are gonna say. A lot of times people are like, oh, what is your 4-year-old gonna say? What's your 2-year-old gonna say? How is this gonna go down? You know, sometimes for me, it's the puppies that are walking around or the dogs. You might just have a full conversation about this one-eyed black lab down here. I could do a live just on her. So what's your topic? Like, figure that out. What's your outcome for the live? And then create a scroll stopper. I heard a good trainer just use that, Ray Higdon. He called it a scroll stopper. So when people are scrolling, what caption is gonna cause them to stop? My caption when I was sailing was, what are you de-stressing with today? Or how are you de-stressing on this Friday? Boom, people are like, oh, that's an interesting question. What am I doing? I asked the question because it got them to think, it got them to stop and think, well, what's he doing? I wanna see this. So knowing kind of what you're talking about, be comfortable about it. Are you a mom or a dad? Do you have mom tips or dad tips? Did you just get an awesome haul from Target where you only spent $20 because of their Cartwheel app and it was amazing? Well, tell people about that. Go live and talk about your Target haul. People are like, oh, what'd they get that was a deal? I love shopping at Costco, and I always go live coming home from Costco, and it's like, look at what I got from Costco. You're gonna love it. And literally hundreds of people explode on there. We had a live that got like 70,000 views just because it was from Costco. Like, but people are interested in that. So as you live life, you're gonna do things that are interesting. Are you a dance mom? Like, do a live at a dance recital or at a dance rehearsal or a dance whatever, and go talk to some of the other moms and like, hey, do you have kids in dance? This is what we do to have fun, and like just keep it interesting. So if you talk about things that are happening in your life, generally you know what they are. Now you can really focus on the engagement piece. And guess what? We're gonna do a whole part 3 on this series specifically on how to engage your audience and take your lives from here to that next level through the words that you use, through how you interact with people. And it's different, right? It takes some thought because people cannot say anything back to you. They can only type and they can only give emojis. So there's a lot of fun that goes with it. If you remember to, first of all, be real. Just be who you are, be authentic, And when you show up, like, be the best version of yourself. Don't show up as the worst version of yourself. Show up as the best version of yourself. When you're there, have energy. Last thing is topic. And your topic, as you can see here, is important because what it's doing is it's actually, like, it's a reason for you to be there. A lot of times people will go live and they have no reason. They're just like, hey, I'm live, what's up? And then they're sitting there like, oh crap, what now? And then they click off and they're like, oh, that was awful, and they feel bad about it, but because they didn't have a topic, or they didn't have a reason or an outcome to that live. So if you combine these three things, along with setting yourself up for success with camera angles, with lighting, with your environment, you're gonna absolutely rock the Facebook Live, and you're gonna be able to create from it whatever you're looking for, right? Whether you're looking to just engage with your community on Facebook, or you're looking to build a massive business, Facebook Lives are the tool. So hopefully you found those tips valuable. Please share as you're growing your Facebook Lives. I would love to hear more about it. And tell me the success that you're having. And if you have other fun tips, don't hesitate to share those as well. So with that, have an awesome day. Go live today and utilize some of these awesome tips.